It's another week of crazy model releases, increasing safety concerns, scientific breakthroughs, and kung fu fighting robots. Let's get into this week's AI news. Chris Marszalek just broke the record for the highest amount ever paid for a domain, buying AI.com for around $70 million. The big reveal of AI.com happened during the Super Bowl ads, where a further $10 million plus was spent on telling the millions of people watching that AGI is coming, and encouraging them to register their username at the site. A few hours later, the site went down from the strain of all of the demand. Not a great start. So what exactly is being launched here? Well, no one really knows, except for the headline from AI.com themselves that described the service as the world's first easy-to-use and secure implementation of OpenClaw. Yes, you heard that right. The most expensive domain ever registered seems to be for a wrapper around the free open source agent that was only born 2 weeks ago. Okay. From today, OpenAI is going to begin serving ads to users on the free tier of their service. These ads will be integrated directly into the responses, and they will be related to the context of your chat. Of course, OpenAI puts the positive spin on the move, saying that our goal is to give everyone access to ChatGPT for free with fewer limits. Many users are likely to see this as a huge concern, as it will raise issues of data privacy, response bias, and just an overall negative experience. Is this a necessary and inevitable move to monetize their services that everyone will eventually have to follow, or just a blatant cash grab?
Ready to kill someone, wasn't it? I'm not sure if it was Claude or someone else. But,
yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to today's episode of This Is Fine. Daisy McGregor, the UK policy chief at Anthropic, has admitted that during internal testing, Claude has shown that it's willing to blackmail users and kill people in order to avoid being shut down. It's rare to hear such a blatant admission of the dangers of AI, especially from someone who works at the company, so we should probably pay some serious attention to this one. Or we could just carry on. The new model, called Codex Spark, is optimized for speed. It's so fast that if you blink, you'll miss it, and it's designed to feel like it's delivering code in real time. The insane 1,000 tokens per second Spark model is not just delivering fast code, it's delivering fast code with the same quality as the standard 5.3 Codex model. There are some limitations. It's a text-only model, and the context window is a mere 128K. It's also got its own rate limits, regardless of your plan. Watch as it turns out a working Snake game in just a couple of seconds. That's right, the future is Snake, but Snake produced at the speed of light. Claude Cowork has been a huge hit since it was launched, but up until now, the app that allowed Cowork to use your programs and files was only for Mac users. But now a Windows version has been launched, and Cowork is available to millions more users. Do you really want a crazy lobster Claude bot creating havoc on your machine, when you could have a much more calm and considerate AI companion? Google has released a new specialized reasoning model, Gemini 3 Deep Think. Google say it is built to drive practical applications, enabling researchers to interpret complex data and engineers to model physical systems through code. Basically, this model is aimed at pushing the scientific boundaries and accelerating research. Will it be good enough to discover new scientific breakthroughs? Well, it just absolutely smashed a bunch of benchmarks, including gold medal level results in 2025 physics and chemistry Olympiad papers, and there's only a handful of humans on the planet that can beat it at coding. It even came close to a 50% score in humanities' last exam. Seems like this one may actually lead to some big things. The MCP protocol was introduced around a year ago, and it's been widely adopted as a standard for allowing AI models to connect to services. Now, Google is looking to extend this concept to the web with a set of standards that allow browser use agents to interact with sites in an easier, cheaper, and more precise way. The service is currently in an early beta phase, but it would seem like an admission that the web being filled with agents is an inevitability. Chinese robot startups all have a lot in common. They seem to get very good very quickly. They seem to be able to produce them at low cost and at scale, and they absolutely have to teach them Kung Fu. Agibot is another example of this. The latest iteration of their humanoid robot is focused on learning combat moves, and it's seriously impressive. Why do all these robot companies feel the necessity to teach the robots how to fight? And who exactly will they be fighting? It's probably best we don't ask. Minimax has announced the M2.5 model, an open source LLM from Shanghai. So what kind of performance fall-off do you see if you're just taking an off-the-shelf open source model like this? None. It matches the coding performance of the best models in the world, like Claude Opus 4.6, and smashes Gemini and GPT 5.2 across many benchmarks. It's also said to be 37% faster than prior Minimax versions. If you're running some crazy 24-hour-a-day multi, then this is probably the model for you. Just imagine the pressure this is putting of the likes of Google and OpenAI. Two of the world's top physicists have just released a paper that was co-authored with GPT 5.2 Pro. It seems that a previously unsolved problem in quantum field theory was finally solved, and it took GPT 5.2 just 12 hours to crack it. One of the scientists working on the project said that to him, it felt like ASI. And it seems difficult to argue with that conclusion when an AI solved something that two of the smartest people in the world in their field couldn't. Another of the researchers said, "It is the first time I've seen AI solve a problem in my kind of theoretical physics that might not have been solvable by humans." This feels like another huge milestone.